What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe more for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Definitely geek to get in this video. Tell y'all right now, and I'm geeked about it because I want to be able to keep putting a light on this. There's not a lot of YouTubers. There's not a lot of, I say, content creators, a lot of journalists, that I should say not really on it. And I obviously, stopped doing videos on it. I guess you could say, because things did, quiet down, with a lot, that obviously has been going on, within this case. But trial is definitely, when it is coming up. It definitely is. It's definitely sad about this. For the people that don't know, because I have been having people, and asking, who is Austin Metcalf, who is Karmelo Anthony. And a lot of times I do this at the beginning of my video just to let, people know what's going on so they're not just jumping. Because one thing about it, if I even let somebody know a little bit what's going on, then they'll look it up. They'll look up the name. They'll see, what's going on, and just seeing the whole thing. And y'all can always, check out my videos. I know there's another person that's doing these videos as well. I can't think of the name on top of my tongue. But I know a lot of times if y'all see me, I see Sarah Fields posting. I see Latinia Brown posting. And there's another dude that I see on YouTube. Y'all probably know who it is. But it's only a few that I usually see that's on top of this still today. And I truly, got to get their respect. It says the mother and the twin brother of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf speak out after he was tragically unalived in a senseless stabbing at a track and field meet in Texas by, a young man named Karmelo Anthony. Young man named Karmelo Anthony. And y'all probably gonna say, he's definitely not a man, but it's definitely wild. It's definitely wild about it. About this whole thing, but this is Austin Metcalf's mom and twin brother. Check it out.
Just doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore. And I don't understand it.
He's a good kid. We just got a little altercation, and that's really it. But he has a good heart. Everyone knows. Everyone around here knows he's a great kid. He just one mistake from that dude, and this took my brother. Just he didn't deserve it. No one deserves a loss from a family like that. I know people that lose their family members all the time, but I just didn't know it was gonna be mine so soon. My best friend and my brother my whole life, but there was this kid. Before I knew his name, now this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So
yeah.
That's just what I saw. And I tried to help him, but
It was just senseless.
it was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid. Real strong.
So if you don't really know what's going on, he obviously explained a little bit. And y'all can, like I said, y'all can either watch, when it comes to my videos, I'm trying to, get this out, at least, not so much daily, but weekly, and stay up, within, the trial as well. This Sarah Fields is an amazing person that y'all should definitely go check out if y'all haven't yet, especially on this case. I'm telling y'all, it's definitely sad. So the man responsible is now sitting at home on house arrest. So y'all don't know he is on house arrest, enjoying, his freedom and time with his family. And it's definitely sad. He admitted to the act saying, "I'm not alleged, I did it." So it's pretty wild about it. Sarah also put out on here that he spent just 12 days in jail. His bond was reduced, and I'm gonna show y'all who actually did, do that, and more about that. says over $500,000 was raised. He was also allowed to graduate. And he is allegedly now attending college. I don't know what college. You know, I had people that was in the comments asking what college. I don't know what college, and I'm not about to be that person. I'm not about to be that person just for a simple fact. I'm not about to be that person. I'm definitely not. And I don't want to get in any trouble. So I don't know. All I know is that it said right here that he's allegedly now attending college, which is definitely wild to me. It's definitely wild to me. I don't know who it is. Me personally, I do find it, and I can, get my opinion on it. I definitely found it pretty wild, if he is on the college part, especially of them knowing, what's going on. I know you're probably going to get a lot of hate on, oh, this college, is this, that. Me personally, I'm not going to lie, that's definitely least his worries. You shouldn't be worried about that right now. I feel like there's more of things, that needs to be established, and starting with, obviously, and I don't want to say too much. I don't want to get in trouble. But one thing about it is that it's definitely wild. It's definitely wild, and it's definitely crazy when it comes down to it. It says Austin deserved better, and we are not going to let his name be forgotten. One thing about it, I'm going to do my best, not to when it comes down, especially, within this case, Austin Metcalf. So we'll be watching, we'll be speaking, and we will demand justice at trial. It's definitely a sad situation. I'll tell y'all that. Definitely a sad situation. This is more about it. I didn't get to show y'all this, the last post that I had. Frisco ISD released limited surveillance video, of this. Says district did not release a copy of video, but allowed reporters to view it due to student privacy and security concerns. Neither Metcalf nor Karmelo Anthony can be clearly identified in the video shown, though. But y'all can check it out right here.
It is hard to tell how many people are under that memorial tent. It's also hard to tell what they're doing. But we do know that about 9:55, there's a lot of commotion, a lot of activity that happens at the top side of that memorial tent all the way down to the bottom. At this point, it is hard to tell, and it does not show on camera the alleged stabbing. We do know that there are a lot of people that run away from that scene soon after. We notice a number of what appear to be students running across the bleachers from many directions away from the tent. More people on the field start to notice and also run toward the back gate and exit. Okay, at about 9 minutes after the alleged stabbing, we see EMS drive right through to the backside of this stadium, and they park midfield. Next, we notice paramedics wheeling out a gurney, but have to walk all the way back to the gate and to the bleachers. There's a lot of activity at the bottom of those bleachers and what appears to be the triage of Austin Metcalf. 15 minutes after the incident, we see people put the...
And I've talked about this before, actually. I'm not going to lie. I talked about this before, about this situation, that the ambulance is actually on, obviously the track. But then again, the tent was in the stands. Now... Again, I can't say that I blame the ambulance or where they are, because usually when things happen, they happen on the field or on the track due to injury. They don't happen because a kid that went up there and sat in the wrong tent and then did this to another kid, unalived another kid. That usually doesn't happen. So they're not going about let's park right here because we got to watch and make sure, and it may be that, they're high school kids. Y'all got to think this happened it's 9:55 in the morning. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. It's pretty wild.
Metcalf. 15 minutes after the incident, we see people put the tarp over the bleachers, which our helicopter cameras captured. All right, so looking at the timing, there's 26 minutes between the time of the alleged stabbing and the time EMS leaves Kirkendall Stadium with Austin Metcalf. At the same time, what appear to be officers, they are at the crime scene right next to that tent. All of this video will one day be shown in court. A grand jury may see it too in the coming weeks. The attorney for Karmelo Anthony confirms he's seen it, but neither family has disclosed whether they've seen it. It is hard.
One thing about it, it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good. This is Latinia Brown right here. Before I get into it, I'm pretty sure more of what happened with this there's a bond and all of that. Check out what Latinia Brown says right here, y'all.
Hey guys, this is
Real
Latinia, your favorite community advocate. I just want to speak about of Austin Metcalf. I just can't believe that we are now living in a time where people on the left, let's just, cut the politics out.
Yeah.
Where's the humanity? This young man was stabbed in the chest for something so small as, him asking another student to, remove himself from his seat. I don't know what happened to this country. I don't know what happened to us as a society, but to see people applaud this young man's and make this about race and just say some of the nastiest, cruelest things on social media is just mind-boggling. I'm like, God must be looking down at us, shaking his head and just like disgusted by the way we treat other human beings. Like, I can't believe what I'm seeing on social media.
And I feel like it also has gotten worse now. It's definitely has gotten worse now, with people looking down on others and like talking crazy and saying this and saying that. And what's crazy to me is that those same people that's usually talking crazy and doing this and doing that, they always hurt by little things. Meaning, like, if a comedian says something wild, or it's a show that does something, or this, or they don't put enough of this, the color of their skin in this show, or this, it's always, then it's just wild to me. It's truly wild to me. It's at the same group. It don't matter the color or nothing. It's always that same group. But in this case, you have a lot of black folks that basing it off race, because people have something to say. Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing and one thing only. This case is wrong or right. In the sense of what he did, he was wrong. I don't care what nobody say. He was wrong.
And the far left media is just as bad. I can name multiple media outlets that's applauding this type of, disgusting behavior. You all should be ashamed of yourself. There is a father and mother who had to bury their child. Okay? No parent wants to ever go through something like that. I don't care if the child is white, black, yellow, green, orange. This is a child. This is someone who could have had a long life. They had a long life ahead of them. Could have been married, had children, just living their life. No parent wants to hear that their child has been brutally. No parent wants to bury a child. Where is the human compassion? We all have to do better as a society. At the end of the day, this young man is going to have to take accountability for his actions. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, okay? This is not about race. Please do not make this about race. This is about an accountability. Premeditated. You took a knife to school with intentions of hurting another individual. This was a life that was taken so abruptly. I don't care what you guys have to say. Somebody has to take accountability. That child's parents deserve some type of justice. So the media, you need to be careful about what you put out there and what you say about this victim, about the victim's family, because there's going to be consequences to pay. This is a child. This was somebody's baby. Okay? And I am a black woman telling you guys that gentleman should be held accountable. Definitely. I don't care what you guys have to say. This was a life. Think about that. All you moms and dads and grandparents, and this is somebody's baby. Thank you.
Hey, that's real talk, though. That's real talk. Everything that she said is definitely true. It's definitely sad that people are acting this way and doing these things. It's truly not right, and I hate it. I truly hate it. You got it right here. This is a post update by Sarah Fields, actually posted, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. It says Carmelo Anthony's trial has just been placed under strict guidance by Judge Roach. I'm gonna show y'all who Judge Roach is and what he's about. Says amid constant targeting, threats, and swatting, the Metcalfs, witnesses, and other families, and I have been under relentless attacks since the beginning. And one thing about it, I've been here since the beginning, and it is very much so true. I'm not about to sit here and lie to y'all. It is very much so true. It's so true that they even it's been Charleston White. Charleston White was a person, that got into this. And the thing about it is, Charleston White flip-flops so much, and it's all about the money with him. He said at first that Karmelo was in the wrong. Then out of nowhere, he said that Karmelo was in the right. And then started attacking literally everybody that was being real. I'm not even about to say against Karmelo, just speaking facts about the whole situation. Saying that Karmelo wasn't wrong about it. Check it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a little bit of breaking news regarding the Karmelo Anthony case. Collin County Judge Roach, who is a great judge, in my opinion, has imposed strict security and media restrictions ahead of the trial for Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony is the teen who stabbed Austin Metcalf at a track meet last year in Frisco ISD. For months, this case has been plagued with doxing, threats, and even swatting incidents, targeting witnesses and individuals closely tied to the case, including myself. As I said before, I've previously reported on efforts to secure a gag order and a protective order to protect individuals and their private information. The order includes heightened security in and around the courthouse, tight media restrictions, meaning no free-for-all and there will be no live streaming, as I previously said. There will be measures aimed at protecting jurors, witnesses, and any close family members involved with the trial, and court personnel. Other judges with scheduled meetings and court proceedings in the courthouse at this time have reportedly adjusted their own calendars and their own court proceedings and hearings. And some have moved their proceedings to be online in order to accommodate this high-profile case. Seating will be limited, with designated areas specified for family members, members of the media, and the public. The court says in the order that the doors will close promptly at 9 a.m. every morning, and no one will be admitted until recess. Security will be heightened with bag checks, as well as metal detectors at the entrance of the courthouse and possibly to the courtroom itself. I am currently awaiting further instructions from Collin County, and according to an email I have received, I am on their official list to be informed as proceedings continue. And as the situation develops. The trial is set for June 1st. I will be attending the trial. This case has crossed lines that never should have been crossed, and I am very grateful to Judge Roach for taking these precautions. More
Definitely.
updates coming.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Most definitely. Like I said, this is a person, you got Sarah Fields that's been on top of it since day one. I'm not even going to lie. So if y'all definitely want to stay on top of it, definitely check out Sarah Fields. Otherwise, more than likely, I try to get her videos and, different reports and stuff like that inside of my videos. So either way. And others, you know what I mean? But one thing about it, she's definitely the main one. The main one. I ain't gonna lie. When I even see in other people's videos, she's always in other people's videos as well. They take clips and reports and stuff like that. So big shout outs to her. You got it right here. Lawyers for Karmelo Anthony are demanding that, obviously that, that charge should be downgraded and that they wanted his $1 million bond reduced. So
this morning,
right
defense attorney Derek Walpole agreed to speak on behalf of Karmelo Anthony's family.
I know that my client said that it was self-defense. I don't have any reason to disbelieve that, but I needed to develop facts and talk to people and figure out what's going on before I make any statements about what I think happened. I don't have any reason to think it wasn't self-defense at this time.
Retain.
And it's pretty wild. It's definitely pretty wild. You got it right here. There's a post by Benny John said, Judge lowers Karmelo Anthony bond for $1,250,000. And like I said, he spent 12 days in jail. And obviously right now, he is currently at home, which is pretty wild to me. This is the judge who lowered the bond. It's pretty wild. This same judge, if I'm not mistaken, back when I actually initially was looking over this case and was putting videos out, deleted all our social media as soon as that information got out. This is Judge Roach. This is the assigned judge now. This judge is a conservative Republican. and handled, plenty of cases. He actually handled a case who played a person that plotted a young kid, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a young student, or it was a senior high school student who plotted a mass shooting, at multiple locations, and sentenced him to 20 years in prison. So if you have a judge like this, let's take out and just let's not even say conservative Republican. You taking a judge that truly knows what he's doing and you getting this out. A student that's planning something like that, yes, maybe so, yeah. Me personally, 20 years. I mean, I can't say what, obviously, I'm not a judge, but me personally, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that for the simple fact that was a lot of lives saved. So why not? You know what I mean? Sends him to 20 years. He didn't do it, but he planned it. Karmelo did it, and he planned it. Just imagine what he gonna get. You never know. I'm telling y'all, especially with all the witnesses that's out. Says some people are upset Karmelo Anthony may receive a life sentence in prison. How do y'all think? What do y'all feel about it? Me personally, I'm not about to say that I'm upset. What I am upset about is the simple fact of not only what Karmelo did and him because it changes so many lives. It changed his life. It changed Austin Metcalf's life. It changed his family's life. It changed Austin Metcalf's family's life. It changed their friends. It changed everybody around them. Everybody around them. I'm telling y'all. So when it comes down to it, one thing about it is that I know for a fact, and this is not me taking up for nobody. This is not that. It's just me being real. Karmelo Anthony was in the wrong, and now, I mean, you got to face the consequences. You definitely do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. Stay tuned for more videos. Y'all know I've been trying to stay on top of it. Catch y'all next one.